Carnivore Cabernet Sauvignon is a unique combination, full-body flavors with finesse. This rich blend shows hints of blackberry, caramel, roast coffee, and toasted oak. The finish is complex, long, and lingering. Now you want to serve it slightly chilled to bring it to cellar temperature, not room temperature, to really open up those berry flavors. It's great with the recipe, but it's also going to make a phenomenal sauce for our steak. Now, when I have friends and family over, I always like to serve at least 2 wines with the meal. Tonight we're going to be starting our first course with shrimp cocktail. And what better wine to go with that than Starborough Sauvignon Blanc. This Sauvignon Blanc hails from the Marlborough region of New Zealand, where the world's finest Sauvignon Blanc is grown. It's great any time of the year, especially the warm summer months, where you can take advantage of its refreshing citrus aromas and lively acidity that characterizes the Marlborough region. The finish is bright and crisp and a true winner with seafood, especially shellfish. Now in today's recipe, we're going to be using a red onion. Why? Because it has a higher sugar content and caramelizes beautifully. Now you know what they use in French onion soup. To prep, we're going to cut from root to stem. And we'll take off the top and the bottom. Remove one outer peel. And we'll pop out the very center of the onion. Then we'll turn it on its side and make some really thin julienne slices. Now we're going to start by heating our skillet on medium-high heat for at least 1 minute. Very important to get this thing very hot. In the meantime, we'll season our ribeyes, bone in, with some kosher salt and fresh cracked pepper. Now, you want to have your steaks sitting out for at least an hour before you cook them. You want that meat to be nice and relaxed. We're going to do both sides. Next, we're going to add the oil to the hot skillet. We'll give it a swirl to coat, and we're going to add our steaks in. Now when you put them in the pan, don't touch them for at least 3 minutes, or I'll have a glass of Carnivore. So let's go ahead and give it a turn. Now that's what I'm talking about. That nice caramelized crust is fantastic flavor. Now after about 2 minutes on the second side, you're going to lower the heat to medium-low, and turn them every minute or so. They won't dry out that way until they're done to your liking. The best way to tell when they're done is to use an instant read meat thermometer. I like mine medium rare, so 130 degrees is perfect because it'll gain 5 more degrees even after you take it off the heat. Well, now that the whole house smells great, let's get the steaks on a plate and we'll set them aside. And we're going to leave about a tablespoon of the pan drippings in the same pan, and we'll add our red onions. We'll give them a saute over a medium-high heat. Now, just as if you were making caramelized onions for French onion soup, you're going to want to add a pat of butter to the pan to help them caramelize. I can't even explain the aroma. It's just unbelievable. Right about now, you want to go to medium heat and cook them slow until they're nicely caramelized. Right about like that. Then we'll go ahead and add our garlic, and we'll saute in for only about 30 seconds. You don't want to burn that garlic. It'll be very bitter if you do. As soon as the fragrance comes up, we're going to add our Carnivore Cabernet Sauvignon. And don't forget to return the juices from the steaks back into the pan. Now when the simmer returns, we're going to reduce the liquid by half. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and add our balsamic vinegar reduction. They sell this in the stores already reduced, but you don't have to go through that extra step. We'll put about a tablespoon or two into our pan. This adds an important layer of acidity and richness. You'll know your reduction is set when you can draw a line into the pan and the sauce. We'll go ahead and finish with a pat of butter to add some creaminess and a little sweetness on the finish. If you're not on a diet, we'll add 2. And then we'll add some blue cheese crumbles, but don't stir them in. You want them to kind of retain their shape in the sauce. And we're ready to serve. This ought to be great with some scalloped potatoes. Bone facing up for height. Our sauce. Enjoy with the carnivore Cabernet Sauvignon. But what if you're a beer lover? One great pairing is this Ommegang Pale Sour Ale. The flavor is an elegant interplay of sweet and sour that is more reminiscent of a fine wine than beer. It's a beautifully clean and balanced sour beer that has a bright golden hue and a brilliant white head. The mouthfeel is soft with a delicate body and a clean finish. Another great selection is this Hanalei Island IPA from Kona Brewing Company. The subtle bitterness of hops is balanced by passion fruit, orange, and guava. Named after the Hanalei Bay in Hawaii, the flavors will refresh the senses and is a perfect pairing for this dish. Enjoy!